Kazakhstan and China are set to double the mutual trade. The agricultural sector has a vast potential for cooperation. In the first half of 2018, the mutual trade in agricultural products and processed goods between the countries totaled more than $237 million, which is 21% higher compared to the same period of 2017. The countries are planning to increase the trade turnover to $20 billion by 2020. The parties are planning to develop a roadmap to implement the plans.
Данная дорожная карта будет включать в себя вопросы, которые мешают нам.
The roadmap will include measures aimed at promotion of the Kazakh products on the Chinese market. We will outline our plans in the roadmap to improve the performance and productivity of our agricultural producers. We hope that our Kazakh goods producers and entrepreneurs will be able to easily access the Chinese market in the near future.
Предприниматели смогут более активно выходить на китайский рынок.
Kazakhstan and China are also cooperating on large transit and logistics cooperation. As part of the Joly program, the volume of transported freight through Kazakhstan grew to 17 million tons last year. The Kazakh-Chinese logistics company established in Lianyungang contributed to the growth. Every year, the volume of transited and exported Kazakh goods increases. During the first year of the terminus's operation, the port dispatched 1 train to Central Asia per day, and today, the service is increased to 2 to 3 trains a day. The move is part of Kazakh presidency's task to turn Kazakhstan into a major transport and logistics hub in Eurasia. We are performing the presidency's task of turning Kazakhstan into a logistics hub. We have joint projects such as Altin Coal Dry Port, which is closely connected with Lianyungang. The logistics processes in Lianyungang port are constantly upgraded. The freight load can be tracked with the help of modern technologies. Kazakh companies can track the movement of containers online and have the access to the electronic data processing system. Implementation of the new system in Kazakhstan will allow to optimize logistics and to significantly speed up the delivery time of goods. It will also reduce the number of deferred cargo delivered from Kazakhstan to the port. The system is useful for both Kazakh manufacturers and transport companies because the trains leaving the terminal in Lianyungang reach the border of Kazakhstan. The terminal specialists are expected to implement the logistics system in Kazakhstan at the main logistics hubs along the new Silk Road. In the future, the single coordination will be established to allow controlling the movement of goods along the Eurasian Continental Corridor. Previously, only container ships delivered freights from the port to the major cities of Europe. A new alternative to sea is a new highway which connects the east and west. It takes only 2 weeks to transport goods through Kazakhstan to Amsterdam, whereas shipping goods across the Pacific Ocean takes 45 days. Analysts have said that the new road substantially cut costs. Kazakhstan is strengthening its position as a major international transit and transport hub. Railway and road infrastructure is developing in the country. A large project is being implemented in Akmola region aimed at reconstruction of the highway which will connect Astana with eastern Kazakhstan. The construction of the Center-East Transport Corridor is underway in 3 regions. The section within the area of Akmola region is 189 kilometers and it is divided into 7 sites. To date, 139 kilometers of the road have been commissioned. We are planning to commission the remaining 50 kilometers of the road by the end of the year. The construction of a 905 kilometers long transport corridor is nearing completion in Pavlodar region. The project cost is 215 billion tenge. The road will be commissioned by the end of 2019. However, part of the highway can be used starting this year. The Astana-Pavlodar highway is 191 kilometers. This year, we will complete 30 kilometers of the road and will continue working on the remaining 161 kilometers. We will coat the newly built roads and will also work on the second lane of the road. 2 Republican highways will be reconstructed in southern Kazakhstan at the cost of 19 billion tenge. Design and estimate documentation for the works was completed. 5 international railways and 6 international highways go through the area of Kazakhstan. They connect Asian countries with Europe. Also, an important Western Europe-Western China transport corridor goes across Kazakhstan. The construction of Kazakhstan's section of the highway will be fully completed next year. Kazakh producers are set to increase the volumes of local export products. The government will provide substantial support for entrepreneurs to implement this task. Kazakh exporters will be provided with new benefits next year. The president of Kazakhstan highlighted in his address that the government will reimburse the transportation costs. The government is planning to allocate 20 billion tenge for this purpose and an additional 5 billion tenge to open trade offices abroad and organize trade missions. The support of exporters is expected to increase by 5 times in 2019. We will also introduce a new reimbursement tool aimed at the transportation-related expenses. The government is set to reimburse up to 50% of exporters' costs for transportation. According to experts, the export of Kazakh goods is growing on average by 5% annually. The manufacturing sector's growth is estimated at the same level. Kazakhstan-made construction supplies produced at a factory in Astana are in high demand in neighboring countries. Their products are earthquake-resistant, durable, and provide high thermal insulation as they retain heat in winter and cool in summer. The factory has been producing the gas blocks for 15 years. The company also launched a plant in Attarau. The enterprise produces about 400,000 cubic meters of high-quality construction supplies per year. Our company has been shipping our output to Uzbekistan, Russia and Kyrgyzstan for more than 7 years. Our products are very popular in Kazakhstan and we would like to promote them in Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. We will continue building our capacity. We believe that we have vast potential. In addition to construction supplies, Kazakhstan exports machinery, automotive batteries, electrical equipment, chemical goods and food products as well. A total of 1,757 export-oriented enterprises are registered in Kazakhstan. The demand for goods made in Kazakhstan is increasing in the republics of Central Asia. The neighboring Uzbekistan has increased imports of food, household appliances and building material from Kazakhstan amid the optimal value for money that the Kazakh producers are offering.
Покупаю и употребляю конфеты недорогие. Потом я покупаю.
I buy sweets, they're affordable. Then I buy flour. I still buy butter. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. Then I buy vegetables. They sometimes taste better than ours. Kazakh products are not bad.
Качество, они лучше, чем вот иногда наши. Казахские продукты неплохие.
Every day, 30,000 Uzbek citizens travel to Kazakhstan through the Silk Road border control point. According to analysts, the growing trade turnover between the two countries is stimulating the regional economies. Kyrgyzstan is set to expand its agricultural potential. Agricultural fairs provide vast opportunity for the country to create new development areas in the sector, such as a fair held in Talas. Agrarians and farmers presented more than 40 types of machinery, breeding cows and sheep, as well as seeds and fruits of high-yielding crops. According to Gulumkan Bolotova, a livestock specialist of a breeding farm in Sokuluk district of Chuy region, Kyrgyzstan's agricultural industry is currently gaining momentum and actively developing. For example, the farm is currently raising 3 European and American breeds. The farm has launched a milk processing plant. The products are in high demand.
У нас имеется свой цех молочный, чтобы продуктивность молока.
We have a dairy facility. In order to increase the volume of milk, we are raising milk breeds and are planning to start producing cheese in the future. Agrarians are planning to implement new innovations. Agricultural machinery is important for innovative solutions. Russia, China, Turkey, and European countries presented their products. Farmers are ready to lease them on favorable terms.
Техникалардан ушундай
There are various vehicles presented here. Modern technologies allowed to perform non-waste harvesting. All vehicles operate electronically. Farmers can use the leasing program to purchase vehicles on favorable terms.
Мероприятие проводится чтобы доступно было агрофермерам.
The event is held to provide the regional farmers with the access to the leasing program offering 6 to 12% for 10 years.
От 6 до 12% на 10 лет.
Such events provide a good platform for the development of the agricultural sector. Farmers establish new partnerships and sign profitable deals. The next agricultural fairs will be held in Narin and Jalalabad regions. The country's largest solar power plant will start operating next year. The plant is currently being constructed on a 400-hectare land in Almaty region. More than 300,000 solar panels will be installed in the area. The work will be carried out in two stages. A 100-megawatt station will be built during the first stage, and another 50-megawatt station will be constructed in the second stage. The first production will be launched in spring 2019. The project is implemented as part of the Kazakhstan-China program of Industrial Investment Corporation. Countries that are currently engaged in development of clean and renewable energy sources will eventually be ahead of other countries. Right now, the moment has come. We must pay serious attention to innovative and sustainable projects. The solar power plant in the Shengeldi Valley is not the only green energy project in the region. There are 24 renewable energy projects helping to solve the regional shortage in electricity. Almaty region currently consumes more than 3 billion kilowatt per hour. Almost 40% of the energy is purchased from Jambil Oblast and neighboring Kyrgyzstan. We are planning to commission 84 renewable energy production facilities. One of the major projects is in the Alakol district. This will be a wind power plant with a total capacity of 100 megawatt, which will be put into operation sometime before 2020. Local production of electricity amounts to a little over 2 billion kilowatt hours in the Almaty region. The share of renewable energy is 38%. The local officials are set to increase its share significantly before 2025. Scientists of Turkic-speaking countries gathered in Almaty. At the 5th International Symposium, linguists, philologists and university leaders from Kazakhstan, Turkey, Iran and the Commonwealth of Independent States discussed new approaches to studying the heritage of the Turkic people. The transition of the Kazakh alphabet to Latin script has also been discussed. The scientists say that in the era of digital transformation, it is necessary to develop resources that contribute to the distribution of information in Latin script far beyond Kazakhstan.
Ortak alfabet ötekilik. Ben ortak dil deyip ayıtmayımın.
A common alphabet is very necessary. I'm not talking about a common language. I'm talking about the common alphabet. If there is a common alphabet, then 80% of people can understand and read in the common alphabet. For example, why does the Turkic world read the translated works of Abay? Why not to read his works in the original language?
Günal okuğunda özünü tağı da Türk aleminde köreydi.
It is very possible to create a common script and even a language which would be understandable to people of the Turkic-speaking states. Of course, we must begin with the alphabet. If this becomes possible, unlimited possibilities will be opened. Kazakh musical arrangement Terme, titled Agayin, was performed in Korea at an international culture festival. Kazakhstan is represented at the event for the first time. Participants from 38 countries, including singers, dancers and instrumentalists, held their performances in Itaewon district of Seoul. Finalists of the Bilye Kazakhstan contest, Kulyash Toksanbayeva, demonstrated beautiful Kazakh traditional dances. The dancer is a master's degree student of the Korean National University of Arts.
Собрались много стран, и мы
A lot of countries are represented here, and we represent Kazakhstan on behalf of the Kazakh embassy in Seoul. I'm very excited and the weather is nice. Dinara Koshkarbayeva has been living in Seoul for 8 years. She teaches lessons in the Korean kindergartens and translates Kazakh fairy tales into Korean. Dinara believes that her job is her contribution to the cooperation between the countries. We teach about Kazakh culture and traditions. We show the traditional Kazakh instrument, the dombra. We also make the dombra out of paper to make our lessons more interesting. The Kazakh traditional foods such as barsaks and Kazakh meat were very popular among the visitors and participants at the festival. People were lining in front of the Kazakh stand to taste the food and try on the traditional outfits. I studied in Kazakhstan for 6 months. Your country is unique because of the combination of the European and the Asian cultures. Today I was reminded of the taste of the Kazakh meat and the visit to Shimbulak. You need to tell more about your country to spark the interest among the Korean tourists because few people know about Kazakhstan. The Kazakh participants aimed to attract potential tourists to Kazakhstan. Judging by the interest among the festival visitors, their efforts were not in vain. Astana hosted the first solo concert of composer and virtuoso pianist Rahat B. Abdisagin, where the young talent demonstrated his skills. The symphonic music concert has become a landmark event in the international music community. The sold-out concert was held in the Grand Hall of Astana Opera, attended by prominent critics, musicians, and admirers of the Kazakh Mozart's works.
Я молодого человека знаю с 2012 года. Когда мы с ним познакомились, я был...
I know this young man since 2012. I met him when I was giving master classes in Almaty. The 12-year-old boy approached me and showed me his scores. I was really shocked. I have been teaching for a long time and communicate with many musicians from different countries, and I know many talented people, but I have never seen anything like this before. It's phenomenal. He knew so much at 12, and not many of my peers in Russia know this much. The agenda includes works such as After Sounds of Romanticism, The Will to Live, Tears of Silence, and Beyond the Darkness. 5 of the 8 compositions were performed in Kazakhstan for the first time.
Из 8 произведений только 3 уже исполнялись.
3 compositions out of 8 were previously performed in Kazakhstan, while the other works were premiered in Europe and America. I performed them in Kazakhstan for the first time with the local band. This is my first concert in Kazakhstan held in Astana Opera with the best symphony orchestra that performs avant-garde music.
У нас в стране исполняет авангард.
Today, Kazakh composer Rahat B. Abdisagin is known all over the world. The unique talent was recognized in Prague, London, Vienna, Paris, Seoul, Ankara, Istanbul, and Moscow. The works of the talented composer are performed by famous soloists, chamber ensembles, and symphony orchestras of Europe, Asia, and America. Rishtan is one of the oldest cities in Uzbekistan's Fergana Valley. The city is located along the Great Silk Road. In the ancient times, Rishtan was recognized as Central Asia's largest center of unique glazed ceramics production. The material is distinguished by good artistic and technological properties. The production technology of the unique ceramic items was developed by the local craftspeople. The Rishtan potters, also called as Kuzagars, believe that they are the descendants of the regional pottery founders and the guardians of the local traditions. The centuries-old Rishtan ceramics preserved its unique stylistic value, which can be clearly observed in all the pottery items such as layegan or a big plate, soup bowls, jars, butter churns, and tea bowls. In the early 19th century, the Rishtan pottery was very popular across Central Asia. The skillfully made items were in demand among the Europeans as well. The ceramic items of Rishtan were presented at local and international fairs, including the World Expo in Paris. There are more than 1,000 workshops in Rishtan where artisans continue creating the artworks.